Stillwater got its first post office in 1846, a sure sign that it was a city with a future. The first postmaster, Elam Greeley, only stayed on the job for 1 year, and then John McCusick took over, sometimes running it out of his store on Main Street. A permanent home, paid for by the federal government, was not part of the arrangement. Instead, in those early years, it moved from one store or business block to another. Things finally settled down in 1890 when the new Lumberman's Exchange building leased its ground floor to the post office. But services were expanding, beginning with the nationwide introduction of rural free delivery in 1902. And soon more space was needed. As fate would have it, the best available lot for the new building was the site of John McCusick's old house on the corner of Myrtle and 2nd Streets. At the time, all post office construction was handled by the supervising architect of the Treasury Department, James Knox Taylor, who started his career in Minnesota as a partner of Cass Gilbert. As the head of a sizable government office, however, he turned much of the work over to the on-site architect, J.W. Bassford of Minneapolis. The design was Classical Revival, a style made popular by the Great World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893, with its White City designed by Daniel Burnham. Stillwater's post office combined Bedford stone and St. Louis gray brick on the exterior with inset terracotta swags and high arched windows across the street facade. The inside, said a Mankato reporter, was the prettiest and most convenient of any post office in the state. It featured terrazzo tile floors, marble bases, and white oak woodwork. When it opened its doors in 1905, a newspaper editorial declared, "It is an ornament to the city. Stillwater at last need not be ashamed of her post office, for no city in the land has better." To mark the occasion, Postmaster William Easton hosted an open house, and thousands of local citizens pressed through the front doors. The post office remained here until 1967, when a new, larger facility opened a few blocks away. Now rehabilitated and converted to office space, the old post office building is still an ornament to the city.